So in high school, I was one of the first out trans people in my school. For a really long time, I identified as non-binary because I didn't really know what was going on with my gender. I didn't really know how I wanted to express it. I didn't really know how I wanted to be perceived. And then I finally was like, you know what, I actually I'm a trans guy. I think figuring that out for myself is where I started taking the step into being happier with who I was. I went on testosterone at the end of December of my senior year, and I legally changed my name last March, so it's been a year. If you asked me anywhere in high school if I thought that I was gonna be happy with how I looked and my transition process, I would definitely have said no. I didn't really ever think that I was going to get to this point. Coming to college was definitely a huge step because it was there aren't people who know me by my birth name. There aren't people who know me as a person that I'm not anymore. Coming into college and not having really physically transitioned all that much, I was really worried about getting a roommate, and hearing about the LGBT learning community was just super helpful in quelling those anxieties. We have great resources for queer people, but oftentimes it's not super advertised, and that's really hard to do, especially for queer and trans people who are still kind of figuring it out or still in the closet. I think the biggest thing that I tell people is just to listen and be a quiet support, because you never really know who's listening. You never really know who you're gonna affect. Some of the biggest impacts that people have had in my life, I don't think they even realize that they made those impacts. As a trans person in classes, when someone stands up for trans people, not even knowing that there's a trans person sitting right next to them or stuff like that. There is the resource center, and that's there for the education of allies as well. So just learning to be a better ally and speak up when other people may not have that ability to. I'm not afraid to be out on campus, which is a huge part of why I love being here so much. Let yourself go through as many labels, as many pronouns, as many names as you need to. There's a lot of pressure to have something that sticks, and that's not always the case. Just sexuality is fluid, gender is fluid, and trying to say oh, I'm not actually cis, but I have no idea what I am, that's completely okay. It's okay not to know. I thought that I needed to know who I was at this minute, and there are still things that I'm I don't know, but that's okay. It's okay not to know.